Hello, beautiful goddesses. How are you all today? I am going to do a little mini session for you, and this is specifically for Miss Sophie Mill. Unrequested, but I thought she might need it today. And this is all going to be about that feeling of responsibility, overwhelm, commitment that comes when you start something new or you want to start something new. So, for Sophie in particular at the moment, Sophie's starting a new job today. Congratulations, Sophie. But this could be for you if you are, you're starting a new job, or if you are starting a new business, or you are starting a new relationship, or you are, looking for a job, looking for a new start. Maybe you're thinking about buying a house, the commitment of that, the kind of responsibility, the overwhelm. Maybe it's starting a new project, anything that involves you committing and being responsible and turning up and doing that thing, right? So we're going to start this little session for Sophie. Sorry, there's going to be a little creak. And as always, I want you to tap along with this too. And I want you to know that what is going to happen is you are not going to identify with 100% of what I say, but find the places where you do. When we're tapping, right, and you're saying these things and you're repeating them after me, I want you to notice in your body which ones feel true and which ones don't. If you've never tapped with me before, do it and then you'll know what I mean, right? Take note, put in the comments, say, hit a little heart whenever you get to one where you're like, that's me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in here and we're just going to have a little talk, right? And say, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm worried about what's going to happen. I really wanted this thing, but now it's here. And I don't know how I feel. And I'm committed, but I'm scared. Because although I really want this thing, I feel like it's going to take so much freedom, so much of my time. I'm going to be responsible for other people. I'm going to have to show up every day. And that scares me a bit. Not because I don't want it, but because I'm imagining how it will feel in the future. I can imagine scenarios where I won't have my freedom. I can imagine times where my life is going to be dictated by someone else. And that scares me. I have this thing that now relies on me. I have these people who now rely on me. And what if they want too much? What if they need too much? What if I feel like I'm always on? I don't know how to set boundaries. I'm worried I'm going to be trampled over. I worry it's all going to feel like it's too much. And I'm going to want to run away. I'm going to want to escape. But where is it I want to escape to? What is it I want to run away from? Take a deep breath, and I want you to stay on your collarbone. And I want you to imagine a time in your past, bring it forward for me, of when you felt overwhelmed because someone wanted too much from you. So it could be that you were sitting exams and just the sheer quantity of work that needed to be done felt overwhelming. It could be that you had a young baby who just needed you all the time. It could be that you started a new job. It could be that you had something in the past. Bring it to mind. And allow yourself to see yourself there. And feel those feelings of overwhelm. And once you've managed to remember something, anything, it literally can be whatever the first thing that popped into your head is right, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to keep that at the front of your mind, and I want you to start to tap through the points again and say, it was too much. I was overwhelmed. It all felt too much. Too much responsibility. Too much of my time. Too much of my freedom. Keep that memory at the front of your mind. And think of the specific details as you tap. Think of the things that felt like too much. Think of the things that felt like responsibility. Think of what felt like overwhelm. Think of what felt like your freedom was gone. And allow yourself to remember those feelings. That kind of mild, panicky, claustrophobic feeling. And I want you to keep tapping, even if it means you need to pause this. Obviously not if you're watching live, but even if you need to pause this, and keep tapping till you start to feel a bit of calm. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Feel yourself in your body right now, where you are. And remember that no matter what happened, you made it through, you're here right now, you're tapping your face. Okay, now take a big deep breath, wiggle your fingers, shake your shoulders, have a twist. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to think about that period of time, that memory that you had, right? And I want you to think back with me right now how you would like to have felt in that scenario, right? What would have helped you if you could go back now as your own fairy godmother and sprinkle something over your own head? You're not changing what happened. You're just giving yourself a little bit of magical dust that will help you through this. What would you have given yourself? Would it have been calm? Would it have been perspective? Would it have been joyfulness? Like, was that thing that you were worried about actually not really a big deal? Like, did it all turn out to be fine anyway? Was it that you were endlessly worrying about the thing that never happened, right? I remember this is something I talked about the other day when I was doing my teaching, when I was a student teacher, like I would think of every scenario that could or could not go wrong. And then I would over prepare for all of that. And ultimately, when it came down to it, once I was in class, I would end up throwing all of that out and do something that was better anyway, right? So if I could go back and sprinkle something over her head, I would just say, just chill out, man. It was fine, right? But for you, it could be different. It could be that you wanted to feel powerful, right? So what I want you to do is call to mind that feeling that you wish you had in those moments that would have helped you. And I want you to tap on your collarbone. And what you have to do is you have to feel it so that you can give it to her, right? You can give it to your past self. So what I want you to do is feel that feeling. So for me, I'm going to just feel like chilled and calm. And for me, I always like to add in a little sprinkling of, like, it was fine, you know, a bit of nonsense with it, with me, with my particular situation of just being like, chill out, you know. So it's, for me, it's not even just, oh, I'm going to be chill. It's like chill and, you know, hush, you know, have a laugh, for goodness sake, right? So feel that feeling in your body, right? Good. And then I want you to remember yourself back in that scenario again, okay? Remember yourself back in that scenario that you had. And I want you to take this feeling that you have, and I want you to imagine that you were able to have this feeling. You sprinkled it over your own head. You were able to have this feeling at that time. Start to tap through the points and imagine yourself there with this new power that you've given yourself, right? This new feeling of calm, fun, of empowerment, of sass, whatever it is. And imagine yourself just almost like reliving that moment, reliving that memory with this new power. Okay? And keep tapping until you've done that. And what might happen is some other memories might pop up, because your brain's going to go, can you do this to some other things, please? So keep feeling that feeling of like, in that time. And any other memories that pop up of times when you felt overwhelmed, it was all too much. Allow this sprinkling to go over their heads too, all your past memories. And understand that while this feels like just something that is, oh, it's nice to do, what you're actually doing in this moment is you are literally changing those memories. You are allowing those memories, not the details of them, that I went there and I saw this. None of the actual details are ever going to change. They are what they are. But what you're changing is the emotional intensity around that memory. And what this does is it allows you to change your programming, right? If you can find enough of these memories and we can sprinkle this fairy dust over them, what it does is it tells your brain how to react when you are in situations like this in the future, right? So instead of that claustrophobic, panicky feeling that we came in with, we're now going to be able to program your mind to have this new feeling whenever you encounter. Because what your brain does, keep taking your memories and dancing around with this new feeling. What your brain does is it decides how to act in the future depending on how you acted in the past. But your memories are malleable and they are changeable. And when we bring them forth like this and we adjust them, when you put them back, they are different. And you change your programming. So this might just feel like a fun thing, but this is actual science. Actual magic. Because science and magic to me are the same thing. Okay. Okay, now take a big deep breath. Have a wiggle, wiggle your fingers, have a dance. Right. I want you to tap in here and I want you to say, think about where you are in this thing that you're panicking a bit about, this responsibility, this commitment. And I want you to say, even though I am overwhelmed by this responsibility, I deeply and completely respect and accept myself. Even though I'm scared of commitment, I deeply and completely respect and accept myself. Even though I'm worried I'll lose my freedom, I deeply and completely respect and accept myself. I might feel overwhelmed. And I'm going to give up some of my time for this. That is the truth. And I'm going to have responsibilities. That is the truth. And this is going to change what my freedom looks like. That's the truth. But up until now, my brain has been catastrophizing all the terrible things that could happen. That's the truth. And now I know that things are going to change when I do this thing, when I commit to this thing, when I have these new responsibilities. That is the truth. But the truth is also that I want this. And there's a reason I want this. I want this responsibility. I want to make this commitment. And the idea of freedom is mine to dictate. Because in many ways, this commitment is going to make me more free. It's going to give me more freedom. It's going to allow me to live differently in a way I really want. And so all of this overwhelm that's coming from my past programming, I see it. I honor it. I understand it. But my magic fairy dust has done something very special. And it has allowed me to have a shift into power, into understanding. And I know this commitment I'm making is actually to myself. And that feels really good. I'm ready for that. And all the good things this will bring. Deep breath. Right. If you watch this, if you do this, if you feel anything in this, please let me know. Sophie, when you watch this, good luck. We are all cheering for you. You are incredible and you can do this. And I am so proud of you. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.